Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. When I say this was the best time hubby and I had, oh my goodness, we had a ball from park hopping, right? I think we took all of Disney transportation. We ate all the good food. We had a ball. And we had an unexpected character breakfast. So I was ready. I was already ready. I was geared up. I walked the hallway, right? This is the hallway. When I say I need to walk down the hallway, right? This is what I need. And we were out of Philly. So, yes, on that, landed at MCO, right? You know how it is when you get off and you see that blue carpet, you know. So, yes, on my pair eyewear, and yes to the Yacht and Beach Club at Disney. So, this was the closest resort that was near Epcot that I wanted to stay at. I wanted to stay either here or on the boardwalk. So, we chose here. And it was insanely awesome. Oh my goodness. But right in and right out to the park. When I say we dropped them bags and kept it moving, we were out the door. It was beautiful, right? This is right outside. I'm eared up. I'm ready to go. It was a very, very short walk. And we were in Epcot, right around Ratatouille is where, if you're familiar, the Skyliner is there, Ratatouille, Paris, all of that, right? So this is the walk. And we're gearing up to get in here and just start doing what we do. I mean, we're no strangers to Disney, so it was it was a good time. We're rocking our magic bands and we are on our way. Our main goal was the food and wine festival. So we picked up our booklets. We wanted to hit as many as we could. Now, a monkey wrench got tossed in there. Right? We got all the way off track, but it was still a fun time. That was just me catching the shadow, right? I think we're in Canada. I feel like we were just kind of walking around and doing some things because when I say we got off the plane and went straight to the park, right? So 11 o'clock is when that World Showcase opens, and it wasn't even 11 o'clock yet. So my first hit was Australia, and yeah, we had a good time. I said grab the water because it was nice and hot. The first thing I did was get my wine flight, right? That was number one. I needed a flight. I just didn't know which one. And girl, this lamb chop. Oh my goodness. And we just kept going from there. Hit Mexico, hit all the places, right? So it was so good. We had to ride the ride. That's a must whenever we're in Mexico. So let me tell you, because now it get kind of dicey. We got our first little dicey situation, right? So we're headed to like the Alps. And isn't this cute? It's the little tray, you can eat your food on, right? So we're headed to the Alps, right? Germany. They got the cheese. Don't smell too hot, right? So I was like, oh my goodness, that ended up being fire. But I started getting hot and someone else walked up with like this cheese meal and I couldn't take it and it just put me over the top. So we had to go to the room. I'm like, this is a good time to go take a break because now we have been walking around the World Showcase. Actually, we did the entire thing. So, and then when we got here, we had two of the queen size beds instead of the king bed. So I was like, I'm not going to trip. I don't feel good, right? Girl, this is 3 hours in. So it was a whole thing. So it didn't matter because I just spread our clothes out on the other bed. So it was cool in the game. But getting back to me being stretched out on the floor behind the register at one of the merch places, right? One of the stores. Oh my goodness. Why were they about to call Disney ambulance to take me? It was a whole thing. I left hubby in Germany, right? He had all the things, had an apple strudel. He found me. Didn't he come stand over me and eat that apple strudel? He was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I just need to lay here for a second, right?" It was a whole thing girl, it was a whole thing. But we got some rest, maybe like 2 hours, perfect timing because it rained. You saw it was raining. So once we got finished all of that, I was like, well, let's hop on over. That's Sydney humming and singing, right? It's a sign. So, it's all decked out Halloween at Magic Kingdom now, which is so fun. And this is a big deal for us because this is my anniversary month. And right after we got married, we came straight to Disney. And if you remember when I did the Disney, my beauty room, when I kind of put all the shelves and did everything all Disney, my ears are always over the top of the bed, and my wedding ears are right in the middle. So it was a big deal for me with this trip. And one of the new ears that I wanted to get was the wedding ears. It's because it's my anniversary month. So, yes, on that. And so we did a ton of things that we didn't get a chance to do when we were there Christmas time and New Year's, right? Back in January. And one of them was the Bayou, right? Tiana. Hubby was determined to get me on Tron because remember, Sydney didn't want to. I think seeing it outside kept whizzing by. It kind of got to her. So, but me and hubby rocked it, right? It was so fun. And so, yeah, we did some things that we didn't do. And that was like really, really the fun part. So, of course, we're going through now some of the stores. Now, I am on the hunt for the bride ears, right? I told you I want the Food and Wine 2025, right? The Food and Wine Festival 2025 ears. This is what I'm looking for. And I want the new villains. So I'm looking at all of these ears like none of them, right? So now we are done at Magic Kingdom. See you real soon, right? Super cute. So we headed back to Epcot again, right? So we're on the monorail, kind of riding through a little bit, right? So we'll get off and we walked around a little bit. I think we did a ride or two. I can't remember, but we did get another item on the Food and Wine. And this was really good. It was a French onion burger. So that was fire. After that, we went to, over there to do Soarin', I feel like, and I was determined to do Living with the Land. This is a ride that my family does all the time, but it's always during the day. The vibe was very different with it just being me and hubby, so we were able to take advantage and do some things, right? So I really wanted to do Living with the Land at night, and look how it looks. The park was about to close. We shut it down, all the way down, right? So these are kind of the same fireworks I think I showed you back in January, right? So, but yes, on that. So that was my day one, right? Hubby and I did over 22,000 steps. I think that was like over 10 miles and things. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I had my Skechers on, Miss Girl. But yes, this was the perfect way to end day one. Now, mind you, we're only here for 48 hours. And let me tell you, it was perfect. It was perfect. So, but I think the key is to have those park hoppers. We park hop anyway when we're there for a week. So I'm definitely going to park hop on 48 hours. You know what I mean? So day two, right? We went right on over because I'm like, babe, if I don't do a test track because it's new, they redid it, and we won't be getting back here until in a few months, right? So with the girls. So I'm like, we need to ride it. We need to do it. So we got up very, very early, and we hit that. And then let me tell you about situation number two. So we got on this thing, right? Now, I already don't want to be on it. I'm not about it. I don't want to be dangling. That's different from being on a plane. I thought it was air conditioned. Hubby was like, it's cool. Let's get on. Girl, when they closed them doors, I had a whole panic attack. They couldn't open the doors for me. It was horrible. But then I got on it again to get over the fear. So now I'm cool in the gang. Oh my goodness. Yes, on Villains. So we're at Hollywood Studios. You guys know this is my fave. This is all of us. All four of us. This is our fave. So me and hubby was definitely going to make it over here. Star Wars is rocking over here. We were 100% going to be here. So they are redoing this rock and roller coaster. So I was like, we got to get on that. I haven't been on this since the girls. So that's a fast ride, right? So we got that out of the way. Now, hubby is, we didn't do this one the last time we couldn't get on. Come on, let's go. I'm like, I don't feel like dropping and keep dropping because it drops you, then it lifts you, then it drops you, then it drops you again. It's a whole situation. So I said, okay, so now I got to go. I'm going to take you with me. So that was a whole thing, right? Oh my goodness. I had to get the ears after that. I wasn't about it, but I've done it so many times that I was able to hold my camera. So it was so funny. But yes, on Star Wars, I asked him what he wanted to do next. And he was like, well, we got to do one of the Star Wars. So we ended up over here. And I'm so glad we did because the Mandalorian made an appearance on here, so that was new. This is where the Muppets were, so now that's going to be all changed. And I was in Star Wars Land bathroom, and I thought that was crazy, so I had to show you, girl. I had to show you what it looked like. Oh my goodness! But yeah, so now we're going to do another ride. And I think this might have been one I showed you before too, because I think it's just so awesome. So, and I feel like I ended up being a pilot. If I was thinking, I would have filmed this one too in here, but we kind of just went in, and then, I took you in. He's like, come on. We sat down, and, so that was that. But, it was it was so fun. When I say all we did was laugh and clown each other and everything, it was a whole thing. So we did not do Slinky Dog, right? Because of Kara, I would not even step over to the villains area. It's a whole new, it's a show. So aren't these ears fire? So it's a show, and I was like, I can't even look at it without Sydney. So it was cool in the gang. So now we doing another mode of transportation. Let's get on the boat. So this is kind of situation number 3 arising a little bit, right? So back here, we are just kind of taking it easy for a little bit. We went to grab something to eat, and for a little bit, we chill. And guess what? It rained again. It rained again. So every time we took a break, it was perfect because it rained. So we have reservations at space 220, which was fire. This was one we could not get into because it is still very popular. These are the veggies in space, right? Which I thought was super cool. So, it takes you just like all the way up. And of course, you're probably only on the second floor, but it don't matter. It's the magic, right? So yes, on on that. So we got it in. It was pretty good. Hubby is all the way Star Trek. He's all the way Star Wars. There was no way that we weren't going to eat at Space 220. It just made sense, right? So that was his dessert, and he got a little chunk out of it, and I wanted to show you the inside. And yes, to the ears, I found them. I finally found them. And I found them all in one spot in Epcot. So yes, on that. Those are the villain ears. You saw the bride ears. And I picked up those popcorn ones for thinking about Sydney, right? So yes on that. And yes on the Food and Wine Festival 2025. So I got all of my ears. I think I left there with like 6 pair of ears, I feel like. So back to situation number 3, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. Outside of Test Track, this was a must for me. For hubby, not so much, right? Especially after we were rocking and rolling on that boat earlier. So, girl. But afterwards, we went to Club Cool, sampled some drinks around the world. Some were fire, some were a hard no for me. But walking back, right, beautiful, beautiful sunset. And we weren't done for the night. We were more in a chillax mode because, we're on about 24 steps on day 2, 24,000 steps on day 2. So, oh my goodness. But we took it easy, after Guardians, because that's a whole flip and fast. And girl, I was cool in the game. But we had to take care of hubby a little bit. Yes. So yes, on Main Street and just doing the treats. When I tell you that there's never a dull moment, like we're always laughing, clowning, just, doing all the fun things, me and hubby. It's just a good time always. We really, really did. Like, I think we both was like, we had more fun than we thought we would, But, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing some things again soon. So, but yes to the last night, and oh my goodness, yes to the next morning, which is our travel day home, unexpected character breakfast. This is Minnie's beach party, I feel like it was. And what better way to end it than that big hug from Minnie, right? Goofy was doing some things. He turned my churros around. It was a whole thing. But we had such a good time. You guys, I couldn't even put no music in here and chill with the talking. I had to tell y'all all the things, all the situations. Oh my gosh. But yes, on that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We all got ears. Sydney with the popcorn, Kara with the Tower of Terror, and I got my bride ears. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.